Another human guinea pig has come down with a serious illness after being jabbed for the Wuhan coronavirus, Covid-19, this time in Johnson & Johnson's Phase 3 clinical trial. Reports indicate that J&J's 60,000-person vaccine experiment will be temporarily paused while the company and the Data and Safety Monitoring Board, DSMB, investigate the individual's unspecified illness. Providing very few details, J&J announced that an unexplained illness in a study participant occurred after the individual was injected with the company's prospective vaccine for the novel virus, which is expected to receive warp speed approval by federal regulators. We must respect this participant's privacy, J&J contended in a statement, feigning concern about the individual's privacy rights as an excuse to withhold pertinent information from the public. We are also learning more about this participant's illness, and it's important to have all the facts before we share additional information. According to the company, the cause of illness cases like this is not always immediately apparent, the insinuation being that the vaccine may not be to blame. This is the same thing AstraZeneca claimed when one of its vaccine trial participants developed transverse myelitis, a very serious and somewhat rare neurological condition, after being jabbed. If we do a study of 60,000 people, that is a small village, a J&J source is quoted as saying, spinning the narrative to deflect responsibility. In a small village, there are a lot of medical events that happen. In AstraZeneca's case, trials of its Wuhan coronavirus, Covid-19, vaccine resumed in the United Kingdom, India, and elsewhere just days after the individual fell ill. AstraZeneca's trials have not, however, resumed in the United States. In the U.S. and a .C trial remains on hold due to an unspecified issue, Zero Hedge reports. Both the .C and U.S. regulators have been suspiciously tight-lipped. Most Americans distrust Covid-19 vaccines, and for good reason. This latest illness case in J&J's trial represents another nail in the coffin for public confidence in Wuhan coronavirus, Covid-19, vaccination, which is now being embraced by less than half of the population. In other words, a majority of people are not planning to get vaccinated for the Wuhan coronavirus, Covid-19, regardless of what comes to market, which is why billionaire eugenicist Bill Gates is now pushing religious leaders and others with influence to publicly endorse the jabs. Hilariously, Goldman Sachs is also joining the conversation with its own push for people to accept the Wuhan coronavirus, Covid-19, jab, which it believes is the only way to cure the pandemic. We think that the biggest challenge to ultimately lowering the disease burden and virus circulation to very low levels will be convincing the broad population to take the vaccine, the company announced. Our base case assumes such broad uptake, but this will likely require a safe and very effective vaccine, trust in the approval and rollout process, no out-of-pocket costs, and effective public and community campaigns. Like several other pharmaceutical companies that are also rushing to release Wuhan coronavirus, Covid-19, vaccines, J&J is using what is known as an adenovirus vector in its jabs. The goal is to release the vaccines commercially by year's end, or early 2021 at the latest. Commenting on the news, several Zero Hedge readers were suspicious about the unspecified illness, speculating that it may, in fact, actually have been a death. Yeah, but did it cure the virus? One asked, jokingly. Side effects may include death, retardation, death, and sterility, wrote another, also making the point that a vaccine cure is clearly far worse than the disease itself. If you enjoyed reading this story, you can find more like it at pandemic.news.